I'm Trina Booz. I am the founder and CEO of Boost Academy of Excellence, also former advertising exec and recruitment agency owner. And I have witnessed hundreds of business meals that make or break opportunities and careers. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 business dining etiquette rules that separate those who win, like closing that contract, winning that new client, or landing that job, from those who get passed over. Whether you are interviewing for that dream role, pitching to a prospective client, or entertaining one of your top clients, these strategies are going to give you the confidence that you need in any business dining scenario. Whether you are a junior executive or a senior executive, how you handle yourself over a high-end client meal will greatly impact how confident they are in you and how comfortable they feel for you to be the one to manage their business. Here's what people don't realize. Organizations across every size, every industry are using the business meal as part of the final job interview process. One HR executive that I know who worked in New York for 25 years in the financial services industry told me it often didn't matter how senior the candidate was, how impressive they were. She watched countless candidates lose out on opportunities, not because of what happened in the boardroom, but because of what happened at the dining table. Financial services organizations, global consulting companies, advertising agencies, tech companies, many of these organizations require their employees to represent the company at a business conference or an event, or wine and dine clients over dinner and lunch. And so would it not make sense to have the business dining form part of the interview and selection process? First critical rule, never order blind. Don't be that person with the burger and fries while the entire table has a 4-course meal. Okay, so let's picture this scenario. You're on a job interview. The menu comes. You open it up and there's multiple courses. You're confused. You don't know what to do. Maybe you just stick to the simple thing like the burger. But then you realize everybody's ordering a 4-course meal. So it's now a more formal lunch or dinner, which you hadn't anticipated. Or the flip side, you order the 4-course meal while everyone else is just having a sandwich and salad. The solution's fairly simple. You could ask others what they might recommend, or you could tell the waitstaff, you know what, let everyone order first and come back to me. And that gives you an indication as to how formal the meal is going to be. And it also prevents those awkward situations where maybe you might order too much or over order, or perhaps under order. And then everybody has something similar at the table.
Number 2, order strategically and avoid mess.
Okay, so now that we understand the formality level of the meal, let's talk a little bit about strategic ordering. I once learned about a sales exec who spent $200 on a wine over lunch with a prospect, not even an actual client. And she thought this would win them over, they'd be so impressed. And it did the exact opposite. It had them questioning, how much are they actually charging me? Are they overcharging me? Or how effectively will they manage my business? So of course, she lost the opportunity entirely. Now here's my formula for safe business dining etiquette. In Western environments, you want to make sure you're eating with a knife and fork. So you're ordering food that can be eaten with a knife and fork. You want to make sure it's not saucy and messy and gooey, and that you're avoiding, like bones and shells and that sort of thing. And also that you're eating something that you are familiar with eating. You're there for the person, for the relationship, not necessarily for the food.
Number 3, keep technology away.
Any technology that you have, whether it's your phone, your smartwatch, it needs to be put away, turned off, kept completely out of sight. I'll never forget interviewing a candidate once who had a smartwatch that was turned on, and it kept vibrating throughout the lunch. So she kept looking at it, and it was so distracting. And of course, what's going on in my head is she paying attention? Does she want to be here? It was a job interview, so she didn't get the job because it was just such poor manners. But, think about if that were a client, and think about what would be going through the client's head if that were to happen. Do they care about my business? Are they prioritizing me and this meeting? Remember, turn everything off. Just pay attention to the people who are right in front of you. So I've seen people in business meals actually take their phone out and take pictures of all the food, arrange it artfully and beautiful for social media. Now, this is not the right time to do that. Maybe in a photo shoot, if you work in advertising, it's great, but not when you are wining and dining a client or trying to impress in an interview over a meal. Make sure your attention is always on the person or the people in front of you. So let's think about it from the interviewer's perspective. They're busy, they've taken time out of their day to interview you, and they're paying for it. And they're excited to meet you and they want you to win. And you're doing these things that are showing them that you're not interested, you're not present, you're not really prioritizing that meeting with them. And it tells them if they're doing this in an interview when they're supposed to impress, how are they going to handle their actual job? I'm going to say it one more time. Turn the tech off. I promise you, you do that, everyone around you is going to react to you very positively. You will be showing that you prioritize them. You will be showing that you are treating them with respect. And they will in turn respond to that.
Number 4, treat service staff with respect.
Being dismissive to waiters is a huge indicator of how you might treat the team. And it's reflective of how you might treat people that you deem to maybe have perhaps even less power than you. So they're watching this and they're thinking, okay, this is a huge indicator of how they're going to treat our staff, but also our clients' more junior staff, maybe their assistants. And if they're treating people like this and we're watching, how are they going to treat people when we're not watching?
Number 5, mind your table manners.
Then there's these really tiny little dining infractions, we'll call it, where it seems that maybe you think people won't mind or it doesn't matter, but think about something like this. You know, you're reaching over for the salt or for the bread and you go like 3 people away and you're like stretching over and kind of like getting your jacket almost in someone's food. People remember that stuff. It's not nice. I watched someone once at a networking event who went to grab the big communal bread at the table. And he stretched over really far to the point where, he also almost got the jacket in someone's food. And it looked so bad. So always remember, you can very easily ask somebody to pass that bread or the salt and pepper over to you. It sounds insignificant, but it shows a lack of consideration for others and also just really poor table manners. These are not just embarrassing moments. These are real life experiences that executives at all levels have had. And the tragic part is they could have been completely avoided with a little bit of coaching and training and understanding as to how to properly navigate the dining table over business. If this helped you avoid a dining disaster, hit that like button. Subscribe now for more workplace etiquette tips that actually matter.